Tonight on CTV, we have full coverage of the tragedy that unfolded in Las Vegas over the weekend and an exclusive interview with the CSU professor that received U.S. citizenship.
As well as an inside look into Tour de Corriú this weekend. All this and more on CTV News starting now. Good evening, CSU, and welcome to CTV News. I'm Nicole Parra.
And I'm Nate Day. Let's investigate into the breaking news that unfolded in Las Vegas this weekend. A lone gunman killed 59 people and injured 529 others at a concert in Las Vegas late Sunday night in the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history. The shooter, identified by law enforcement officials as 64-year-old Stephen Craig Paddock, opened fire from a room in the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino on the crowd of about 22,000 attending a country music festival. According to CNN, Paddock had 23 weapons and thousands of rounds of ammunition inside his suite in Las Vegas. Police also found ingredients for explosives inside Paddock's home and car. Yet no one knows why Stephen Paddock morphed from a retired accountant to the deadliest mass murderer in U.S. history. Survivor Dees Mansholt stated on the main floor there was no cover, they were all exposed, so you didn't know if somebody was shot or if they were laying down. Survivor Corinne Lomas also added, a lot of really good people were holding people's wounds shut, trying to help them while everyone was just ducked down. Tragically, one of the victims in the shooting included 28-year-old Christopher Roybal, who lived in Colorado Springs. Roybal served 4 tours of intense combat in Afghanistan. His memory and service will not be forgotten.
Colorado State University is here for those affected directly and indirectly by the massacre in Las Vegas. President Tony Frank addressed the shooting in a campus-wide email Monday morning, offering support and assistance for those who may have been personally impacted. Frank's email listed on-campus resources for impacted students, faculty, and staff. Counseling services are available for students through the CSU Health Network, and similar resources are available for employees through the Office of the Ombuds and Employee Assistance Program. Frank noted that further university updates of efforts to support victims, first responders, and families will come through Source and encourage those who want to show support to make blood donations through the Garth Englund Blood Center in Fort Collins. On behalf of CSU PD, Frank urged the community to be mindful and report anything if something does not feel or seem right. Don't go anywhere, Rams. We have Zach Trombetta with your weather update next.
Then we'll be back with more in the world of CSU news.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I'm where I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back from break, Ramps. I hope you guys all had a fabulous weekend. Weather anchor Zach Trombetta here. Looking outside right now, 50 degrees here in Fort Collins. Partly cloudy. It was a nice day overall. We reached about a high of 55 degrees. Tonight, though, we'll see some wind. Winds out of the west, 5 miles an hour, and we will see some gusts up to 10 miles an hour. Get outside and check out the sunset. It's just ending. It's set at 6:39 tonight. Looking at overnight lows tonight across the state of Colorado, it's going to be a nice evening in Colorado. 41 up here in Fort Collins tonight, Sterling 41, 45 in Burlington, and Lamar 51. On the I-25 corridor, Denver, going to be a nice night in Denver, 43 degrees, same in Colorado Springs, and 47 in Pueblo. Out on the western slope, Grand Junction, 46 degrees, Gunnison 34, and Alamosa 40. Looking at tomorrow's highs now, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow here in Colorado. 57 up here in Fort Collins. I expect we'll reach 57 between 3 and 5 tomorrow afternoon. 55 up in Sterling, 56 in Burlington, and 57 in Lamar. Down south, Pueblo, 62 degrees, and Colorado Springs, 59. Out west, Vail 62, 71 up in Craig. In Grand Junction, always warm, 81 degrees. 69 in Gunnison. Now, let's take a look. After we saw some snowfall this weekend in the mountains, it got me thinking, let's check out dates when we saw our first snowfall. Here, 2012, we got a ½ inch on October 25th. So in October, but we know in Colorado, it can snow at any moment, anywhere. Now, the last few years, we've been getting snow mid-November, 2 to 3 inches. So, you never know, but hopefully soon we want to get skiing and snowboarding. Now, for your Wednesday planner tomorrow, 8 a.m., it's going to be 42 degrees. The clouds are going to carry over like you saw this morning. It could be pretty foggy tomorrow morning as well. Sunrise at 7 a.m. Noon, I think the sun will peek through a little bit. We'll hit a temperature of 51 degrees, and then we'll warm up a little bit tomorrow afternoon. Chance of rain, 56 degrees. If you have a class tomorrow night, bring a raincoat. You might get a little drizzle. Now, tomorrow, Rockies versus Diamondbacks, one of my favorite sports, baseball. The Rockies are facing the Diamondbacks in Phoenix. First pitch tomorrow, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 98 degrees, excuse me. It's going to be 75 degrees in their retractable roof stadium. By the 7th inning, 88. I'm sorry if you're sitting outside in Phoenix. It's going to be a hot one. Now, I've been overwhelming you guys with pictures during the segments of fall colors across the state of Colorado. I only added one just because it's beautiful up at Estes Park. I've never been, but everybody's telling me to go. And in Fort Collins, it's gold. I've been telling you for 2 weeks that the gold's going to come. It's finally here. Get out, get Instagramming. It's going to be a great rest of the week. Stay tuned for Nicole Parra and Nate Day next with Alternative Energy Solar Solutions. Go Rockies.
Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Colorado State University's very own Salah Abdel-Ghani and Danielle Tavani have officially become United States citizens in a ceremony at Rocky Mountain National Park in August. Abdel-Ghani is a professor of biology and Tavani is an associate professor in economics and is a graduate coordinator. Tavani was born and raised in Rome, then decided to go to the New School for Social Research in New York City in 2005. For his undergraduate degree, to transplant his life from Rome to the United States, Tavani had to go through a series of visas. After graduation, Tavani and his family moved to Fort Collins, where he was hired to teach at CSU. Collegian reporter McKenna Shanholtz interviewed Tavani about his time here in the U.S., the changes he has seen between the U.S. and Italy, and his thoughts on DACA.
So I was born and raised in Rome, Italy. Moved to the U.S. in 2005. I'm married. I have one child. Mostly we applied for citizenship because we wanted to be able to vote in the country. And after being, living here for a while, paying taxes, we felt like we were missing the, active participation in the political life of the country. And I wouldn't have minded too much staying in a work permit or a green card if I were able to vote in administrative elections, at least locally, but you're not allowed to. And so, I think I want to be able to make decisions about, politics, and so that's why we became citizens. And so we're excited that we're able to vote. So I think that the ending of the DACA program, or at least the announced ending of the DACA program, is deeply troublesome. I'm terrified of it. I think the number of people that are affected is staggering. We're talking about 790,000 people who came in and are in this status not because of their own choices. I think this population is very vulnerable, And I'm terrified that, you know, some of the students, I think there's 189 students in Colorado State that are at risk of deportation. I hope this doesn't happen. In terms of the travel ban, I think that's also quite difficult to swallow. It feels, you know, very vulnerable population, and also like why the specific countries that they picked and why not other countries. So even from a purely logical standpoint, I'm puzzled by it.
Clean energy has always come at a high price. So what happens to the lower income communities? Well, CSU's Student Sustainability Center and Energy Club volunteered for 2 weeks straight at the Coyote Ridge Community Solar Farm to bring solar energy to low-income communities in Larimer County. The Coyote Ridge Community Solar Farm is a new grid located near the Larimer County landfill. The Coyote Ridge project started in August as a collaboration between the Colorado Energy Office, Grid Alternatives, and the Poudre Valley Rural Electric Association. This program is part of a statewide initiative to bring solar energy to low-income communities and demonstrate how the solar model can be used to cut energy costs for utilities' highest need customers. This solar grid is the largest in the country of its kind.
That's some pretty interesting stuff. You gotta love that green energy.
Yeah, I didn't know that converting to solar energy could be so expensive.
Absolutely, but hopefully it'll save us a pretty penny in the end.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that wraps it up for the news today, but don't go anywhere because we have everything in the world of sports and entertainment for you up next.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Happy October, Rams. I'm sports anchor Alec Clough, catching up with the latest Colorado State sports news. The Colorado State football team had a great weekend in Hawaii. CSU beat Hawaii 51-21 in their first Mountain West Conference game. The Rams had 610 total yards of offense, and quarterback Nick Stevens completed 18 of 22 passes for 351 yards. Wide receiver Michael Gallup had 212 yards and a touchdown. He was just 1 yard shy of his career high. Both running backs Dalen Dawkins and Izzy Matthews were able to find themselves in the end zone as well. On the defensive side, Jamal Hicks and Anthony Hawkins each recorded 6 tackles. Josh Watson also had 3 tackles and even 3 pass breakups. Looking ahead, the team is going to be on the road again this Saturday at Utah State. The CSU volleyball team had a great weekend as they swept both Wyoming and Air Force in the first weekend of conference play. Last Tuesday, CSU swept Wyoming and Sonia Cheesemick led the team with 13 kills. CSU's hitting percentage was .297 while Wyoming's was .154. Last Saturday, the team faced Air Force in Colorado Springs. Sonia Cheesemick and Paulina Hogard Jensen each recorded 8 kills. Katie Alexic contributed 29 assists. The first set was a tough competition as it was tied 18-18, but CSU went on a 7-2 lead and came back to win the set 25-19. The team will be on the road for the next match this Thursday at Boise State. It was a tough opening conference weekend for the CSU soccer team. The Rams fell 1-0 against San Jose State in extra time on Friday. Extra time is something all too familiar for the team as they have already seen overtime 7 times this season. In the 91st minute of the match, San Jose's Dorothy Hopia scored the final and only goal of the match. The team also played Fresno State on Sunday and fell 3-1. The game had to be delayed 76 minutes due to lightning and rain. At this point, the score was only 1-1. Kaylee Lordman got the only CSU goal. Looking ahead, the teams head to Nevada for a pair of matches against UNLV and Nevada on Friday and Sunday. For more sports updates, follow the CTV 11 YouTube page and go Rockies. Stay tuned for entertainment with Kiara Coles up next.
You are listening to 90.5 KCSU Fort Collins with DJ Meanbeat,
DJ Nightshade,
DJ Wildcard. Music to me is
one of the best creative outlets that I can think of.
An escape from the real world.
Music to me is an expression of love.
To go from like folk to hip hop to like classic rock, 1960s bossa nova. With music, there's like no boundaries.
I work here because I love music, and you do too.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Good evening, CSU. I'm your favorite CTV anchor, Kiara Coles, and I have the 411 on all things in the world of entertainment. Rock legend Tom Petty was pronounced dead yesterday after he went into full cardiac arrest. First reports of his death stirred quite a bit of confusion. It turns out the original news story reported by CBS was premature, and several additional news outlets soon picked up the story as well. According to reports, Petty was found unconscious in his Malibu home on Sunday night and was rushed to UCLA Santa Monica Hospital. However, news outlets pronounced him as dead about an hour later, but LAPD came forward saying it could not confirm his death. They also appeared to take blame via social media, saying, quote, "The LAPD has no information about the passing of singer Tom Petty. Initial information was inadvertently provided to some media sources." They also said, however, the LAPD has no investigative role in this matter. The widely circulated premature report led to an outpouring of tributes from fellow musicians who took to social media to pay their respects, including John Mayer, who tweeted, "I love Tom Petty, and I covered his songs because I wanted to know what it felt like to fly. You belong somewhere you feel free." Furthermore, Petty's Wikipedia bio was even updated to show that he died, then was removed, and then updated again once his death was actually confirmed. Petty was most notably known for songs such as American Girl and Free Falling, and will be remembered as a rock legend in the music community. Popular nighttime skit series Saturday Night Live returned this past weekend. Ryan Gosling hosted the night and starred in several skits, and rapper Jay-Z made a musical appearance. SNL has seen a drastic increase in ratings due to their comical portrayal of the current reality show that is our government. And let me tell you, they are by no means planning on easing up this season. The show kicked off with a cold open featuring Alec Baldwin's portrayal of Trump. Baldwin satirized Trump's political actions and responses, as well as poked fun at the relationship he has with Attorney General Jeff Sessions. The show also included a weekend update starring Colin Jost and Michael Che, a segment where the pair discussed the prior week. Jost and Che made several jabs at Trump, specifically in regards to his lack of response to the crisis in Puerto Rico. Jost said, quote, "How is the President of the United States worse at humanitarian aid than Pitbull? And you know Pitbull was doing it while also featuring on 4 different tracks. If we're being completely honest with each other, SNL may be the only thing that gets me through these next 3 years." Over the weekend, I got to participate in one of my all-time favorite Fort Collins events.
Fort Collins saw its 3rd annual Tour de Corgi this past weekend, and it definitely lived up to all of the hype.
It's just fantastic to see everyone here who just adores corgis.
It's just a hilarious event, and you get to see so many of the weirdest dog in the entire world.
However, all dogs were welcome.
All puppers are honorary corgis for Tour de Corgi.
The event kicked off at 10 a.m. with the Corgi Meetup and Costume Contest at Civic Center Park. A panel of judges evaluated several corgis in a series of categories, including Cutest Couple, Like Human Like Corgi, and Funniest Furry. The winner received a certificate as well as a bag of treats for their furry friend.
It's like a running joke that he's just a loaf because he often tucks his legs underneath him and he just looks like a loaf of bread.
Owners and corgis continued to interact with one another until beginning the iconic Corgi Parade at noon.
Literally like a mile of corgis non-stop.
The parade went through the majority of Old Town and ended back at Civic Center Park.
Not only are corgis adorable, but their big personalities make them one of the most lovable dogs.
Big dog and a little dog body. Big dog personality, little dog body.
Events such as this are important because it provides pups the opportunity to stay active.
Lots of exercise, getting them out, letting them play.
The day proved to be tons of fun and left both owners and corgis alike excited to return.
So I can get your booty.
Oh! Maybe not.
Proceeds from the event benefit 4 Paws Pet Pantry as well as the Wyoming Dachshund and Corgi Rescue. Well, rapper Lil Wayne canceled his appearance at a concert this past weekend because he didn't want to go through a mandatory security check. He was scheduled to perform at the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina, but never actually made it into the building. The venue released a statement saying, quote, "While we regret the artist's decision not to perform, Colonial Life Arena is not willing to bypass its security standards and jeopardize the safety of its patrons, performers, or staff members." However, acts such as Cardi B, 2 Chainz, and Tory Lanez still all took to the stage. Well, Rams, it's officially October and I am ready to fall hard for fall. Northern Colorado is filled with fun fall activities to do beyond the month of October. If you're looking to carve a pumpkin or simply have nice fall decor for your house, there are several places you can go to get a pumpkin outside of your local grocery store. The Bartels offers free admissions, parking, and pumpkins starting at $1. The Fritzler's Corn Maze has daytime activities as well as nighttime campfires. If you're looking for something a little bit spookier, Loveland features a $17 creepy walk in the woods, which, side note, I don't see why anyone would want to do that. That's basically asking for trouble, but hey, if that's your thing, then be my guest. Finally, Northern Colorado Corn Maze has scavenger hunts, bounce houses, farm animals, and a pumpkin patch, the perfect place for fun for the whole family. I will definitely be checking all of these attractions out before the fall season is over, minus the wood walk. Thank you so much, Rams. Have a great night, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at CTV11, and remember, Rams take care of Rams.